you put the black clay and you actually condition it really well and push it really hard. Now, here's a tip. The stickier the clay, the better this thing works. However, the stickier it is, the more difficult it is to work with. Now, I tried a vinyl glove, and that works in the beginning, must be the powder on it, and then in a little bit it starts sticking. But what doesn't stick and what works the best are latex gloves. So if you're not allergic to latex, you can use those. The other thing I use are these cots. They're made of latex, and it helps tremendously because you can push the clay down into here, and then you take one of your knives, and sometimes, your blade, and I use both of them. I like the stiffer blade, and you just drag the blade across the top like that, leaving the clay in the grooves, okay? So you actually have to kind of slice it until you got it all. And sometimes it wants to pop out. And I have pushed little other bits back in there. But this particular stamp produced these. This is black clay on Primo Gold. And you can see it's quite a fun technique. Well, then what was staring at me was this one here. I started looking at some other things. I started looking at some others. This would work, but it was too bold, too big. But it sure would work. And so would the ones that come, anything that's kind of flexible. And I suppose you could use a regular rubber stamp too, and others might have been successful at that, but that did not work as well for me. I will tell you, this silicone mat produced some awesome slices, and it was easier to work with all around. I could push the black clay into these grooves, and then I have some Cernit metallics, and I had just gotten them, and I haven't used them yet, but they picked up this clay like nobody's business. It was so beautiful. Let's see if I can show you the raised, the raised, you can barely see it, but you lay this clay down over here and it virtually pops off. There's a piece missing over there, but I'll have to finesse that. But you can see, as I pressed it into this mold right here, had black clay, and it literally popped right off on this beautiful Cernit metallic clay. So I kept on, and I have these, and I'm really pleased with them. Yeah, the first experiment I tried was this one over here, and I thought, oh, now I've since rolled it on the pasta machine. But that's when I experimented with it and thought, oh gosh, that would really work. And so it has lots of potential. Now I'm going to go look at the sugar veil and see what other kind of, because it worked the best. That plus either latex, excuse me, not vinyl. I get those two things confused, but vinyl does not work because after the powder wears off, it sticks. But latex does not. So having those on your fingertips enables you to press the clay nicely into these grooves. So that's my tip for the day. Hopefully it will inspire you to play along. And if you have any of these silicone mats, go with that. But it will work with other things, I'm sure. I'm sure you can make it. I know other people have made it work with rubber stamps, but I just wasn't as successful. But these are gorgeous. So I think earrings are in order. I just have to make pairs of them. I have to make a few more. It seems I've got one of every kind. Anyway, that's it, my project for today.